Hi everybody, in this video I want to show you how you can do permutations and combinations in Excel. So I already have a sheet set up and I just have made up a problem. And we're going to assume that there are 10 options total and we're going to choose or select 4, for instance. Um, you do want to remember that with permutations, order does matter. So we use permutations when order is important. For instance, if I have a passcode, right, or a password that I'm using to log into my email, order matters there. If I put the letters or the numbers in the wrong order, then it won't work. Or if I'm looking at places, like someone's coming in first, second, third place, or having specific positions or something like that, then order is going to matter. And we use the permutation function there instead. When order does not matter, if I'm just using combinations, so maybe I want to take all students in our class and select 5 of them to be on a special project with the STEM committee or something like that, right? The order doesn't really matter in how I choose the 5 of them. They're all equals in the group. So in that case, order would not matter. Now for Excel, to do permutations and combinations, you're basically using Excel as a giant calculator. But it does save you some time if you'd rather not use the formulas that we've discussed in class. So for permutations, the one in Excel that works is called permute. It looks like this. And then what we do is we tell it the N and the R. So for instance, let me pretend that this is a permutation. So it's an example where order matters. So maybe I'm making a 4-digit passcode or something like that. I start by typing an equal sign. So always an equal sign. And then if you start typing in permutations, there are 2 options here. You want the first one that just says permute. We double click it, and then it's going to ask you for the number, comma, number chosen. So the first number you're typing in is the N or the total. Now you can do it a couple different ways. You can either type those values into the cells to start and then select your cell. And then I put a comma, and the next value they want is the R or the number we're choosing. And you can do it that way and then just hit enter. Or what you could do is you could type the numbers directly into the formula. So here you could just type 10, comma, 4. And again, you would get the answer that way too. So they both work. If you want to do a combination instead, so maybe I have 10 people and I'm choosing 4 out of those 10 people, order doesn't matter there. I would start with an equal sign. I would start typing in combination, but again, be careful. You want the one that does not have the A. You just want like kind of looks like combine. Double click that, and it's the same idea. They want your N value first. So either you can put those in a cell and click the actual cell, and then they want your R value second and hit enter. Or if you don't want to type those into this Excel, if you're just kind of work kind of quickly here, you could type the numbers directly in. So my N is 10, my R is 4, right? I have 10 total. I'm choosing 4, and then I hit enter, and there is my answer as well. So this is just a nice, again, way to quickly do these formulas. If you don't want to write the formulas out by hand like we've been doing in class, you're welcome to come into Excel and use it here. And again, Excel is basically just a giant calculator, so that's really what we're using it for here. We're not going to have a lot of data for these problems, but if you open a blank worksheet, you could use the permute and the combine function and do those calculations a bit faster for the homework or for other questions.